So for the next series of poses, we're going to start with queen chair, and then we're going to work into balance, which actually is my favorite because you can practice balance while seated on a chair. It helps you build your foundation, understanding how to put weight in your feet, building strength in the feet and the ankles, so eventually you're off and soaring. So let's go ahead and get started. So as we do queen chair, remember queen chair was like this, hip distance apart, toes and knees forward. So in queen chair, you have a couple variations depending on how your knees, ankles, all that feels good on your body. So one thing we're gonna do is make the stance smaller. So you can make the stance smaller just by bringing the inside edges of your feet together as close as you can, and then moving the knees towards one another. If your body allows you, you can go ahead and separate the heels from one another. So the toes are moving in, the heels are moving out, and you're squeezing your knees in towards one another. I like to say you're like holding a grapefruit here and squeezing the juice out of that grapefruit. So just like in king chair though, we're gonna come forward. So we're very active in this posture in the upper body. So we're squeezing the knees towards one another, and we're pressing the feet equally into the floor. So all of your upper thighs should really be working hard. Bringing the hands sealed right to the chest, sit up as tall as you can, shoulders over hips. So this right here could be your queen chair, finding your breath, staying steady, working hard. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you're going to hinge from the hips, keeping the spine long. Right, we're gonna take a breath in, gazing slightly forward of our feet, pressing into our feet, squeezing our knees. We can stay right here. If we want to go a little bit deeper, we can take a twist. So taking a full breath in, I'm going to take my left elbow right here onto my left leg. If I want to twist a little bit deeper, I'm going to take my left elbow over to my right leg. See the difference? So I want you to listen to your body. The knees need to keep tracking towards one another. The feet need to keep pressing. Here's a twist, long spine, head follows the spine. We can go to the next evolution, separating the hands, coming deeper into the twist. With the twist, it gets more challenging to breathe, so make sure you have your breath, and with every exhale, you're really drawing that belly up and in, letting the inhale expand through the rib cage. You can take a bind, rotating the palm back, and then reaching back and around, seeing if you can hold on to something as you stack your shoulders. Gaze can be forward, up, or down, pressing through the feet, squeezing the knees. Keep the effort. On the exhale, we release, coming right back to center, nice and tall, queen chair, and then we would just repeat that on the other side. Okay, so our next posture is balance. I got a little too excited. We're gonna go into eagle. All right, so to do eagle seated, I'm just gonna give you the very basic, and then you can build up from there. So I'm going to root down through my right foot, and I'm going to sit up really tall. I'm going to extend my left toes towards the ceiling. Before I do anything, I'm going to rotate those toes away from me, and then I'm going to take the back of my ankle and I'm going to nestle it in nice and firm. I'm going to squeeze my knees towards one another, and I'm going to press through this foot so hard, and I'm going to pull back on the front leg. So my legs are really, really active. Shoulders are tall. Inhale to reach those arms up. I'm going to take my right arm underneath my left, and I can ravel up, lifting the elbows in line with my shoulders. If this is too much, I can squeeze the tops of my shoulders, keeping the elbows lifted. Belly draws in, knees are squeezing. If you're here and you feel like you need a little bit more, you can definitely cross the legs very much like you would a standing eagle. But the big thing is I want you to press through that rooted foot. Feel that leg work, because it's really working. Then you're going to find some breaths. And then on the exhale, we'll go ahead and release it. Okay? To come into King Dancer, I want you to grab a yoga block, and you should probably keep them closer to you so you don't have to reach across the room. So we're going to take the yoga block. We're going to bring it right here on the low end. The low end's nice because it gives you surface area to work with. So low end, block in between two front legs. And what we're going to do is drop a knee onto the block. And not only am I going to drop my knee off to the block, I'm going to remove this butt cheek, and I only have one butt cheek on, right? So right here, if you look, I'm going to bring myself slightly forward. My leg's already in the shape of that king dancer, right? The knees going back, I'm kicking through the heel. So I'm gonna root down through this leg, bringing the hand there, and I'm gonna windmill my hand up. So right here, as I windmill my hand up, I'm gonna start lifting my chest towards the ceiling. I'm gonna rotate my palm out, and then I'm gonna come back here, and I'm gonna reach. I might not grab anything, but I'm definitely gonna reach. But if I can grab something, I'll grab something. I'm grabbing my calf. Shoulders are square, heart is up, chest is lifted, head is lifted, and I'm in a king dancer. And then I can go ahead and reach the other arm up, right? So I'm creating the shape, understanding where the effort is, squeezing the glute, engaging the core, kicking out through the heel, keeping the shoulders square. King dancer, right there on the chair. Ah, I love it. So we'll inhale, bring ourselves back, bringing the hands right here supported. Great. I do want to show you another variation of king dancer, but we'll do that after tree pose. So coming on out of there, we're going to move the block out of the way. So this time I'm going to root down through my right foot, sitting on the front edge of my chair, shoulders and hips are really tall. Bring the hands to the thighs, extend those toes towards the ceiling, externally rotate. So I like to move it out so we know where our range of motion is, right? Then we're gonna nestle in just like we did for eagle, but instead of squeezing the knees, we are gonna let that knee fall out. Not sloppy, this is me, no effort, no activity. This is me working hard, right? To squeeze that foot in, squeeze those knees in, sit up really, really tall, pressing through the foot. Then I'm gonna bring my hands sealed right here at my heart center, sitting nice and tall. Bring the hands forward, feel the shoulder blades move away from the spine, and then inhale, release the shoulders down the back, open the hands. You can even look up, be active, pressing through the feet, pulling the front ankle into the standing ankle, active in the legs, drawing the belly up, sealing the palms, bringing them right here to heart center, and then releasing the toes, bringing the foot back to the floor. Tree pose, seated on the chair. So one more variation for king dancer. If you want to go a little bit further, or maybe that's too big of a back bend, you can bring your chair around on the high end, just like this. And so what we can do is start the dancer. In fact, I'm gonna come on this side. So what we can do, make sure all four of the feet are on the mat. Go ahead and decide which foot we're gonna stand free on. I'm standing free on my left foot, hips are square towards the chair. I'm gonna bend my heel towards my knee, and then I'm inhaling up, right? So that same posture, rotating the palm, and I'm gonna scoop in here, see if I can grab my ankle, my yoga pant, whatever's there for me. I could inhale the hand up, and I can just stay here in dancer. If I really want to work on that kicking the leg in opposition, I can bring my hand to the chair, right? And then I can really practice this effort. Oh, I don't want to fall. Practicing this effort, right, of reading down through the standing leg as I kick through that foot. So that gives you a variation too. It just decides what you're wanting to work on. When you're seated, you can get more of the upper body. When you stand over the chair, you can get more active in the low body. And then eventually put the two together and shine your king dancer. All right, so keep working. Know that support is good and it'll help you grow in your practice. Keep us posted. Let us know how it's going.